I'm Rania. You are?
There's Joel Baker.
And I'm Denisa. And during your first year in university, did you have a clear path set out for yourself, or were you a bit confused as to what you wanted to be?
I thought I had a clear path, but I was really confused. I had a clear path because I was awarded a small scholarship to study something called paper science, which is sort of the study of how you make paper in a small town in the middle of the U.S. And so that's how I chose my major, but it turned out I didn't like it once I got to college. So I didn't really know what I wanted to do. It took me several years to actually figure out.
What were your biggest fears when you were our age regarding your future?
Well, I guess like a lot of people, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I came from a family that had not gone to college before, so I was very, very naive about college. I didn't really know what it was about.
How did you overcome your fears?
You know, it just took a while. I had a lot of failure. I started at the university in Ohio and did very poorly academically. I ended up taking a few classes over again. And struggled for the first 2 years, and then I ended up quitting school, primarily because my grades were so bad. I was 18 years old. And I think then I worked for a while, and I got a better perspective on what I wanted to do. I knew I was always interested in the environment, and thinking about the environment.
And did you have to get out of your comfort zone in order to create a career based on your passion?
I did, in the sense that after I left the first university where I was, and I worked for a year, I decided, for lots of reasons, just to get on the bus and move across country. So I went all the way across the country, moved to New York. I've never really
been a big difference.
A big difference. I've never really been out of this little town where I grew up in. I hadn't traveled very much at all, but it's fun to get out of there. So I went to New York and ended up finding a nice house and finding some friends and finding a good major. So it's only then that I start to appreciate school and do better at school. So.
Did you have someone that supported you, helped you, if you failed at something? Did you feel like you can count on someone to lift you up?
Yeah, I had a good support system, both sort of professionally. I was fortunate to have very good mentors. When I was an undergraduate, the reason I ended up being a chemistry major is I had lots of majors. Almost every week I'd choose a different major and try something else. But I took a class, a sophomore level chemistry class, and the professor was really, really good, and he was really mean, and really tough. And it's the hardest class ever, but it's one of these classes that I think I had this experience where everyone hated the professor until the very end. And then everyone loved him because we realized we learned so much, and he really cared about us. So that was kind of my first mentor, and then my Ph.D. advisor. So he became a good friend, and he was over there to support me, push me in the right directions, and keep me out of trouble. And good faculty, good mentors.
So what values are most important to you, and how did you integrate them into it?
Values are most important. I think hard work and honesty, transparency, kind of what we do.
Do you have any advice or suggestions for us as a person with experience?
Oh, jeez, I hate to give advice to students, but I would say just continue to challenge yourself here. Universities are just such a great place to work. And the reason when I finished my university training, I had the opportunity to go work in the private sector, or to go to the university, so I've been at the university faculty for my entire career. And I chose to go to the university because I just love the environment. It's such a diversity of things to do here. And I think that the thing I would say to all the students is, at least once a day, try to get out of your comfort zone and do something else. Even if it's just going and sitting in on a seminar in a different department. You may not understand any. In fact, you probably won't. But you'll learn something. And you kind of see how the rest of the world is. I'm always worried about the students who know exactly what they want to do. When you're 18 years old and they come in and say, I know exactly what I want to do. How do you possibly know what you want to do? But you haven't explored, right? So explore, and then you can say the things to say is just recognize that decisions are permanent. And if you start into something, be honest enough with yourself that if it's really not working, you don't like it, give it an honest chance, but no shame in saying it. I thought it was really like this project.
Well, thank you for letting us interview you.
You're welcome very much.